What's up, guys? It's AJ from BLWA Diecast, and as you've seen from that new cool intro I put together, this is a new series called My Hot Takes. And I decided to start it because of this magazine, but not for the reason you think. Let's get into it. Alright, so this is the May-June 2024 Car and Driver magazine, which features the Tesla Cybertruck, but that is not why I wanted to show it on my channel today, although I actually saw one not far from my house about a week ago, and it actually looked decently cool. That's not the point of this video. The point of this video is on the back page of this magazine. Make some noise. Pontiac is back. What? Now, if you've been a car enthusiast for pretty much any amount of time, you know about Pontiac. The GM division that was founded in 1926 had a sister brand, and the sister brand was cut. Pontiac was released as its own line. And it invented the muscle car, the GTO, which I showed in a video recently. They've made some great muscle cars and some great regular cars like the Catalina and the Grand Prix. And it's one of the essential brands for any classic car enthusiast to know about. And of course, it was discontinued in 2009 because of the recession and GM bankruptcy, a bunch of stuff that's over my head. So they've been gone for a solid 15 years now. But they're back? Wait, this ad, I'll put a picture of it on screen as I read it. I'll read it from the top. It says, Pontiac fans, it's been a weird 15 years since we left, hasn't it? Now, we can't definitively say that Pontiac's absence influenced the events we have all been through, but come on. Caffeine comes out of Four Loko, and now it's in lemonade? Everything on the road looks like an Aztec now? Which is true if you look around. You need us. America needs us. The future needs us. So Pontiac is back. Our first model is a hybrid. Surprised? Well, it uses a battery and an electric motor to start a 667 horsepower supercharged 372 cubic inch V8. And we think you're going to want one, because what else are you going to do? You can't buy a new Dodge Challenger and leave the splitter guards on anymore. Don't worry, we got you. Our new car's entire front end is a splitter guard. At Pontiac, we're here to offer a future filled with V8s, great sounds, gold pinstripes, and window louvers. And if somebody shouts last call, we'll just smuggle in some cores from Colorado and keep the party going. Make some noise. Pontiac is back. And at the very bottom it reads, disclaimer, do you need to be told that this advertisement is fake and not to be taken seriously? Our lawyers think you do. Now, this has caused quite the commotion in the car world recently, because if what they're saying is true and Pontiac's coming back right in time for its 100-year anniversary, that would be so cool. One of the greatest names in automotive history, back from the dead. This would be the automotive event of our lifetimes. Okay, so let's unpack that paragraph a little bit, and then we'll move on to the rest of the page. So, 15 years since Pontiac is gone, right? But some crazy stuff has happened between then. Maybe COVID happened because of Pontiac's absence. So the first thing I want to address is it being a hybrid. It says here that it will use a battery and an electric motor to start a 667 horsepower supercharged 372 cubic inch V8. Now, a battery and an electric motor is used to start every car since the Model T. The electric starter turns the flywheel, which starts the car. So that's not really a hybrid. They're just saying that to be funny. And that's great, because hybrids are not that cool, honestly. Electric vehicles are cooler than hybrids. A 372 cubic inch V8, that is about a 6.1 liter V8, 667 horsepower. This is my skepticism. I don't think GM, where it stands right now, and with the car market as it is, would release a V8 of that caliber in a new car, in a new brand, or resurrected brand, without any kind of electric hybrid components. Because as we addressed that, where it says, hybrid, that's just a play on words. You have the Corvette, which still, besides like the E-Ray, is a V8 making, 600 something horsepower with a turbocharger and all that. But the Corvette's been around for 70 years with no brakes. So it has the brand recognition and ability to do that. But the modern consumer will know what a Corvette is, but not a Pontiac. I guarantee if you went and asked some random guy at your school, hey, what's a Pontiac? They're not going to know. Maybe they'll tell you something about their history class, but they're not going to know what a Pontiac is. So that does throw me off a little bit, because I don't think they would release, like I said, a new, engine in a new car and a new brand with no electrical components and such high horsepower. Now, I could be wrong. GM could do it, but I just don't feel like that's something that modern day GM would do in this economical climate. The next thing I would like to address is licensing, right? If this was just some, rich dude playing a joke, he wouldn't have the licensing to the Pontiac name and the Pontiac Screaming Chicken. That's licensing stuff right there. You can't just use that and publish it in an ad in the magazine. Especially, I don't think I mentioned this yet, this is the back cover, which is some of the most expensive real estate in a magazine, because you flip through a magazine, you flip through all the pages, and then you get to the back page, and you just close it, and that's like one of the pages you see the most, because you flip through them all, you get to the back page, then you close it. Most expensive real estate in the magazine, maybe besides the back cover, and it's a full page ad, which makes it even more expensive. So that'd be a very expensive joke to play on somebody. That is, unless car and driver did it themselves to be silly. But that would be an expensive loss, because that's ad space right there that you could be using that you're not using for a joke. I don't think so. Now, of course, there is the disclaimer at the bottom. But what I'm thinking is that disclaimer is there to throw us off. They want us to think that it's a joke so they can see how our reaction would be to Pontiac if they actually came back. If they brought Pontiac back, what would the consumer think? That's why they want us to think it's a joke, so they can gauge our reaction and figure out if it's a good idea. Now, do I really believe they're bringing Pontiac back? I really want to believe it, but if I'm being honest, this is probably just some joke that car and driver played on us. I really hope it's not, though, because I would love to see, a new Grand Am, new Grand Prix, new GTO, new Firebird, new Catalina, even if some of them are now SUVs. I have nothing against SUVs. New Aztec, too. That'd be pretty cool. I never got why people hated the Aztec so much. Yes, the styling wasn't the best, but all the features are superb. Anyway, so this is a really interesting prospect. Could they bring back the Pontiac lineup? They did it with Hummer. I mean, Hummer was also discontinued in the same string as Pontiac, 2009, 2008, whatever, Saturn. And they brought Hummer back as an EV under GMC. So if they can do it with Hummer, which was not nearly as popular as Pontiac, they can do it with Pontiac. So that's something you really got to think of, that this really could be happening, and they're just trying to see how the public would react to it. They can bring back Hummer, which if anything had a bad social reputation because of its gas mileage and its just, big presence. They can bring back Pontiac, which has a history of innovation and a massive following with massive, pop culture references everywhere throughout all mainstream media. So do I think they're going to bring it back? Realistically, again, no, it's probably a joke, but I really, really hope I'm wrong, and I hope that they do bring it back, because if somebody were to ask me on any given day, what brand would you want to see brought back? My first answer would be Pontiac. And then my second answer would be Edsel, but that's a topic for another video. One other piece of evidence to support that Pontiac is actually returning is the gap in GM's lineup. They discontinued the Camaro. There is no more Camaro. So that means that there is a gap where other automakers have something there. Ford still has the Mustang. Dodge has the Charger, Challenger, EV, 4-door, 2-door, all that stuff going on. But GM doesn't have anything. Yes, we have the Corvette, and I love the C8 Corvette so much, but it's not nearly as achievable as a 30 grand Mustang, a 65 plus grand Corvette with only 2 seats, not as practical. Right, the Camaro was a 2+2, meaning it had 2 front seats and 2 small back seats that you could fit somebody in. And not necessarily comfortable, but you could still do it. There's no way to fit 4 people in a Corvette. So they're missing that spot, that piece of the market segment where people want a muscle car, sports car with 4 seats and trunk space to go golfing on the weekend. You know what I'm saying? So they could fill that with a new Pontiac model. You know, the Firebird, as we see right here, could be brought back, or something like the Catalina. You know, they had the Royal Bobcat. It was, 2+2 with the big engine and all that. Well, they had Royal Bobcat and a lot of stuff. That could be brought back, So that is another supporting detail, is that they need to fill that segment before they lose ground and start losing money. That's such, like, that segment's never going to go away. There's always going to be people that want a vehicle like that. And they're not in that segment right now, while the other competitors, Ford is and Dodge is about to be. So they need something to fill that segment, and they're doing that with Pontiac. Fingers crossed, hopefully, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, we'll see how it goes, I guess. And hey, maybe we'll get some more information soon. Maybe the next Car and Driver magazine is gonna have an Oldsmobile thing at the back of it, and we'll be like, okay, yeah, it's just a joke. They're doing this to be silly. Or maybe the next Car and Driver magazine will be about how GM just launched a new Firebird. We'll see. All right, guys, thank y'all for watching this video. I know it's kind of short. I know I yapped a lot, but what do y'all think? What do y'all think? Are they bringing Pontiac back? What is y'all opinions on this? Would y'all want Pontiac back? Put your opinions down in the comments. And, if this is some project deep in the depths of GM, maybe they'll see this comment section and be like, wow, yeah, we should definitely go through with it. So put your opinions down in the comments. Do you want to see Pontiac back? Do you think they'll do an electric lineup? Do you think they will have that 667 horsepower V8? What models do you want to see brought back? Put your stuff in the comments. Like, subscribe. Don't forget to share this video. And hey, like this video. Keep it with all your stuff. So in 30 years, whenever Pontiac's back and bustling like it used to be, you can show your kids and be like, yeah, I watched this video. This guy predicted it before it happened, and I saw it on YouTube. See y'all later. Have a good one.